Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Baddy Overwatch League Season 6. We are in Week 9, and we are in the first game of FDAB versus DDS. Of course, we are your shoutcasters for the evening. Myself, UTech, and with me is the smooth voice ASMR legend himself, Albino Joe. How's it going, Joey?
I shoutcast all the time.
Ooh, I'm
All the time.
I'll have you know I'm one of those people who does enjoy ASMR because I get like that spine tingly in the back, in my back, and it sucks. It's a blessing and a curse. It's fun because I get to experience it, but it's bad because then it's just like now ASMR has just become a thing.
Yeah, man. It's a thing. It's all over the place. It's weird.
I don't know.
But you know what else is weird is Paris. And this map,
Right.
a 2CP, which... Does anyone like this map?
No, not really. I mean, it's just really weird. Like, no one understands the first, like, area. It's just like, oh, hey, I guess there's some streets. They thought maybe there'd be fighting going on, but it's really just nothing until you get to maybe, like, you know, the choke, which is exactly what you think it is. There's a car there, I guess. I don't know.
The first point, like, is just a bad setup for defense. You can't really do much with that. I don't know. I've never played this map and not capped that first point within, like, a minute or two. If you hold that for 2 minutes, you're a god. That's my opinion on that.
Ready for battle.
I don't know. I would like to see them rework Paris. It'd be really nice, but that's not going to happen for a while, you know. But, you know, they did it for Horizon Lunar Colony because people complained enough. People were like, man, this map sucks. And now they made it a little bit more bearable. Just a little bit.
Yeah, but hey, on the defense here, we see Josh Danko running that hog, Wacky Tabacky on the Orisa, Evo, and Dirty Dan, their DPS players there.
That Dirty Dan on
this is
and
a
that
bunker
junk
comp,
rat.
kinda.
Yeah, a little bit of a bunker comp, and we're gonna see a Ball Diva with Heron on that Sombra, good DPS on that very, very much feared Widow. Gonna be looking to shoot some heads. And I think Heron playing that Sombra is expecting to see Wacky Tabacky on the ball, but, you know, gonna be slightly disappointed as he's scouting out.
Yeah, and Heron, you know, as we heard in the pregame show, was alluding to a lot of, you know, a lot of play switching, a lot of character swapping throughout the matches here. We're going to see if that's going to happen or not, but they're definitely looking for him. Virtual Riot just shooting at air right now, and suddenly Canuck is in the bunker, antied, trying to find some kills there, and he's not able to quite get anything yet. Destructive Dude is back up, does find, oh geez, Destructive DPS finds Wacky Tabacky. AJS0 falls very early in the fight though, and a lot of people are dying on both sides, which is advantageous for the Dakimakura Death Squad here, but they are down one extra one if I believe I am correct in that. Cupid Pete does die. Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be a big pick on for the side of the Dakimakura Death Squad. And they will have 3 left. Looks like they'll probably be getting one person coming in. The Orisa going to be slow going, but they should be able to hold on to this point. Going to try to stay in this mega area. Hog is going to have to be the one that actually touches. Someone's going to have to touch, though.
No one's touching. They capped, and now they're back in the point with their pants down. This is going to be a speedy cap from Dakimakura Death Squad if they do their justice in this.
Right, because Canuck can just go straight to point, that is what he's going to do, and that should be able to get them a tick because now everybody has to. Yeah, everyone's gonna try to get there, and they can't go that way because they have all those mines over there. They've already gotten 2 ticks.
Oh, that is so bad. The hack falls out from here and there, and it's just not looking too hot right now for the defense. There's only 3 up, Wacky Tabacky, Dirty Dan, and Evil Light trying their hardest to hold this point, but pretty much the whole team of the Death Squad is in, and Dreaded DPS isn't finding any heads quite yet, it doesn't seem, and this is just going to be a prolonged fight on the point here.
So Wacky Tabacky getting nanoed after he was already hacked. A high nude coming out of Evo Light, but gonna be getting taken down before he can even shoot anything. Wacky Tabacky doing what Wacky knows how to do that ball and stall. As they're gonna continue on with a prolonged fight and should be in the way of the defense on the blue side for fine dining and breathing, and so very, very scary indeed, because with Wacky Jabaki on that Orisa before, it's very, very slow to get back to point, so some of them, I believe, probably just needed to suicide just to get change characters.
Yeah. Or head back, you know.
Or head back, one of the two.
Yeah, Heron is in that backline though, menacingly stalking his prey. Crystallizing Evo. You better watch out, buds.
Dreaded DPS looking for a few shots. Gonna escape fairly well as the Dakkur Death Squad takes the high ground on the left side. And they're gonna throw a bomb and takes out Wacky Jabaki with the lamp, and they're gonna keep on with the defensive. Dropping the beat, making sure that they pop ult to get everybody nice and healthy. The only
Virtual
person left
Riot.
is Virtual Riot on that Winston. He's going to be swinging away, almost just taken down, and it's going to see Wacky Jabaki on that ball, swinging around, but gets hacked. And being the only person left, someone's going to have to get on the point, and no one can.
Yeah, Canuck there doing a landmine into the Diva bomb that was coming towards him was not a smart play at all. And holding that ult like that probably cost him the match. He could have got onto the point, zoned a lot of people out.
Of course, this is the second time we're also seeing Crystallize on that Baptiste not willing to get onto point. We saw it on point, the first point. They were waiting for that Orisa to get back, and they waited just a little too long. And towards the end there, he was able to get out that the wall hacks, or the whatever wall that gives him extra boosty abilities. But he decided to stay off the point and not really contest, even though he had the lamp up with him.
Yeah, that's awareness that's needed there, you know. If you don't see where you're standing, if you don't see where you placed your lamp, you know, maybe he didn't think he could contest. Maybe he thought if he touched, he was just going to die right away because he was going to be out of the lamp. But yeah, the corner of it was on point, it looked like.
Well, we're going to be seeing a role reversal with Dakkur Death Squad switching over to the defensive, and looks like they're going to be dealing with a Bastion with them and a Pharmacy.
God, triple DPS. That's brave. That's cocky. Do you think that's cocky?
No, I think this is their plan. You know, Heron has become a tactical mastermind, and this is what he wants to deal with the Wacky Jabaki and Virtual Riot. They know they want to be very mobile, and so if all they have to do is have the Orisa run basically a 3-1-2 with the Orisa, the Bastion, and the Baptiste staying together, the Torbjorn can kind of just walk around willy-nilly placing a turret, and then you have the two people in the sky with the Pharmacy.
Damage boost engaged.
Man.
Where does it hurt?
We're going to see if it works here. Canucks Torb turret going down immediately there as it's a sacrificial lamb just trying to get some ult charge. And he's in the corner fighting Virtual Riot right now. Nothing's going to come of that. The point is being contested by Wacky Jabaki, and he just jumps into the water? What?
No, Wacky Jabaki takes out Destructive Dude. What he tried to do was boop him off, but with that took a concussion blast from that Pharah and blasted him out into the water, doing a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, he went straight down though. I think he reacted to, I don't know what he did. I don't care anymore. Oh my god. Alright, this fight is everywhere. There's Canucks turret in the corner, Wacky Jabaki's in the middle of the fight, Evilite and Heron are having a dogfight that Evilite just won. Cuban Pete in the back, rezzing Crystallized. There's an advantage right now for the attack here.
Yeah, and slowly inching themselves in. Wacky Jabaki taking out Dreaded DPS. That is a big portion of damage. But the lava jizz coming out of Canuck, half of that point is covered in lava, and they're not only going to be able to play on so much. Virtual Riot living on the edge, going to get taken out. Wacky Jabaki doing the Wacky Jabaki special, taking out Destructive Dude again. He has to be so mad with all these boops that are happening from Wacky.
Optimal levels.
Yeah, fine dining and breathing really showed up for that, and Evilite kind of opened up the play right there. As soon as Heron fell, there was a lot of clear space for the rest of the team to go in. And Cuban Pete getting Crystallized back up as well just gave them the advantage that they needed to easily take that point.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be seeing Dreaded DPS switching on over to the McCree with that flashbang, hoping to do a bit more against the Wrecking Ball.
Heron dies, Heron's res, but Wacky Tabacky dies. This attack is not looking too hot right now. His Virtual Riot is overextended, and there's a solo Justice that doesn't really do much, a hook from... What? Did you see that?
No, I saw that. I think Heron knew that he could get his ult fairly fast, so, you know, it was probably worth it. Probably.
Stalls the attack. It's a stagger, and that's another good stagger. Canuck finds Dirty Dan, and no one is capitalizing. Pick after pick. This isn't looking too good right now for Fine Dining and Breathing.
It doesn't have to. Well, we'll see that Heron actually switched on over to the Sombra, knowing that he wants to hack out the ball every time. And also another great thing is getting this valuable information. Just seeing where Fine Dining and Breathing wants to attack, and we're going to be seeing Wacky Tabacky going down for his hubris.
And fight is going on the far side here outside of the building? I can't see shit.
No, they're taking him out of that choke point, not allowing them to go through the side entrance. And definitely doing a great job. There are 4 ways to enter into this chateau here. And they can use the very side entrance, but if they do that, Wacky Tabacky, I'm sure, has something up his sleeve, considering it is next to a ledge.
Yeah, that is not where they want to fight. Canuck trying to look for a hook, cannot find it. Fine Dining and Breathing is just looking to regroup, it looks like. Just hard regroup, get everyone together. Go into the side here. Heron in back of them. Distracting.
Like they opt to go into that same way, and they're going to be getting some leeway. And Heron going to be taken out by Evilite, getting caught out between a rock and a hard place. Diva Bomb getting pumped into the back, but finds nothing to connect with, as they're going to continue on with this assault. Wacky Tabacky laying down the mines, he gets taken down for his forward play. Try to DPS, getting a great Deadeye, and that should stop. Oh, actually, that shouldn't stop the push. Still going down.
Yeah, Virtual
Dirty
Riot is
Dan.
still on the point right now. Dirty Dan does use a tire, does find a low health Winston, or low health someone. I don't know. They defend.
Yeah, so great resource management out of Dakimakura Death Squad, as they have 3.5 minutes left on this defense, and we're gonna be seeing ults coming on the line for the side of Fine Dining and Breathing. Evilite having his Justice from Above, Virtual Riot having that Mad Monkey. Gonna be interesting to see if they can create some space for Evilite to get in there and do what he wants to do as the Pharah. So they're gonna be taking the high ground on the side over next to the globe, as they're going to try to get in. The pile drive from Wacky Tabacky, seeing if he can make some space. A big hack coming out from Heron, taking out Evilite, and that's going to make the dominoes fall, but Dirty Dan going to take out Canuck as well. And the kill feed looking like it's still on the side of Dakimakura Death Squad, but they're still going to be fighting this battle. And they're going to have to lick their wounds just a little bit. Wacky Tabacky trying to do something cheeky, get 1 tick, but unable to do so as Crystallizing Human Pete get taken down, and a big stagger as they have 2.5 minutes left on their attack.
Yeah, DDS kind of chased them. They met him in that room. They, the Virtual Riot was able to get onto Otterbotter, but AJS0 was right there on top of Otterbotter, making sure that he didn't die. And the rest was history after that. The DPS of DDS just delivered, and Fine Dining and Breathing just needs to find an opening. They have ult advantage. They can do something with this. They just have to get a pick on Heron early, maybe, and then go from there.
Definitely trying to get an advantageous position, as you said, but maybe they just need to brute force themselves through the middle. As we're going to see a nano boost onto the Reaper. Wacky Tabacky with mines galore. And we're going to see another Diva Bomb going to take out all those mines. So one way to sweep them out of the mines is a Diva Bomb. Virtual Riot on that Mad Monkey, going to be essentially an ult battery through this hog. And Dreaded DPS popping that visor to make sure he's trying to get anyone around him. Taking out Cuban Pete, taking out Dirty Dan, taking out
my
Evilite.
God.
That is, oh baby, a triple, because they're going to be going around. It doesn't matter what's happening next, because they're going to be able to keep this defense up.
Yeah, that... He did a lot of damage on... he just did a lot of damage. Dreaded DPS was just uncontested in that ult. He just blew every clip and every bullet he had into people. That was how that fight went down.
Right, and especially with Heron on the Sombra play, he knows exactly what he needs to do. He wants since a lot of what FDAB is they're very heavily reliant on the space created from that Hammond. You know, all he has to do is hack him out of the sky and just makes an easy ult battery out of Wacky Tabacky.
Yeah, FDAB needs to group up right now. They're down a player, they're 5, they're getting hacked, they're getting fought. There's a destructive dude, Diva Bomb, finding Wacky Tabacky, who stops directly in front of it. That is not a good look for him. That's going to be the fight. They have 27 seconds to get on a point as a team, and I think this match is going to be over.
Yeah, looking very dire for Fine Diving Breathing indeed. They're going to have to try to see if they can get to the point very fast, and of course we're going to see DDS playing very far forward in their defense, making sure that they can't actually make it to it. So Wacky Tabacky might be able to get to the point fairly fast. Oh, but get tagged out by Heron! He knew that this was going to happen, and so essentially snuffing out any chance that Wacky Tabacky had to even touch the point. And a great victory out of Dakimikur Death Squad.
Great play. Play of the game goes to Destructive Dude. Guessing it's a Diva Bomb.
And
no?
At the trajectory, just gonna. Oh, actually, yeah, no, look at that. Just cleans up everybody.
That was Dreaded DPS's. Oh my gosh. That was when the visor came down and he just shot everyone. He tagged everyone that Dreaded DPS finished. Great play.
No, sometimes all you gotta do is just stand there.
Dude, big circle can do some damage. Yeah, that was interesting to watch. DDS very clearly in the driver's seat for a majority of that map there. A lot of picks going out on Fine Dining and Breathing. I think they just need to find a way to regroup after, you know, they just have to not get picked. You know, after they lose a fight, run away, go back to spawn, chill for a little bit. You know.
Also, everybody, F's in chat for Wacky Tabacky's internet. F.
Just talking about his internet or something. Oh, 700 ping. 700 ping? What? Is that real?
That's real. No, he moved into a new place where they literally get potato internet. And yeah, that's he needs to work on that. He needs to up the ante, much like Swampletics.
Ha. Dang. Well, we have Lijiang Tower coming up.
And of course, we have a little bit of time before the next one. I have a little bit of a bio break, and so very interesting to see how Dakimikur Death Squad is answering to this FDAB lineup. We know that Wacky Tabacky is very famous on his ball, on the Hammond, and so essentially just relegating a Sombra player just to essentially cancel him out every time.
Yeah, it's not a good look for him. And Heron's way more influential on that Sombra, even if he is just locking out a Hammond all game. He still does damage. He's still annoying in the back. He's still stalling the pushes. And that's probably the #1 threat right now on Dakimikur Death Squad. If you're Fine Dining and Breathing, FDAB just needs to find a way to find him and kill him, or just play around him. You know, get ultra speed for the whole entire team so you can just outrun the Sombra maybe, or something to that effect. Maybe even get Evo on that Pharah, you know, get in the sky. He was playing, I believe, Reaper for the last portion of that last match. He was playing Pharah at the start, and I really like that pick. I don't know what Pharah looks like on the second point of Paris, but maybe he's just going to have to force it, you know?
Well, maybe this is just one of those maps you need to run a May. I'm just saying.
That can work too, I guess.
I mean, what is Sombra's counter? I mean, this baby can fucking hack something every 8 seconds with a 6-second cooldown after use, right? Infinite invisibility, and like, man, that's Remember the days when everything wasn't just infinite for Sombra?
No, I don't. I've always hated Sombra. But hey, both these teams here. Virtual Riot getting off the Winston onto a Zarya. Very good pick for this map, in my opinion. Evelite is now switching to a healer, where Crystallize is taking that DPS slot. And then as for DDS, kind of stereotypical comp that they've been running. Heron's still on that Sombra. Dreaded DPS on a Tracer. Same healing crew there. But DDS is making the precedence on the point for the most part. Wacky Tabaki is getting passive a little bit and making space for the team. Virtual Riot getting into the grill of DDS, and now FDAB is taking the point. And there is not a lot of contesting going on. Wacky Tabaki gets hacked mid-air. He's not able to deliver on the ground and pound. And it's just a very brawly fight here. Heron is about to, he's half health. He's not going to die by any means. Canuck gets perped. Virtual Riot and Heron both die, but Crystallize gets sniped by Dreaded DPS, and Canuck dies. Trade for trade, tit for tat. Cupid Pete dies. Who's going to fall on DDS next year? The point is capped, but it is a man advantage right now for Dakimakura Death Squad. Dirty Dan is last on point as Evilite says, "Sayonara, friend, I'm not going to hold that with you," and just leaves. And the point cap is about to go to DDS.
Something I actually really like seeing out of Destructive Dude on that D.Va is that as soon as Wacky Tabaki on that ball was trying to charge forward, he himself used his booster jets to charge right on back, and that cancels out the momentum of that ball. So if any of you budding D.Va players out there, you want to deal with the ball and he's spinning around, just use your booster jets in the opposite direction. Easy. Stops him.
And Wacky Tabaki way up in the sky, getting a ton of mines everywhere, and the Canuck does the exact same thing as well. Ults are going everywhere. The Destructive does kill a lot of landmines with his ultimate there, and a grab comes out of Virtual Riot. Can't find much with that as Otterbotter is protecting his team, or only Destructive Dude. Point is still Dakimakura Death Squads, but there is a man advantage right now for FDAB. Not anymore. After I said that, Otterbotter and Dreaded DPS both finding headshots respectively on Cupid Pete and Crystallize. And Destructive is just the last one contesting. AJS0 healing him from the sidelines, but he does fall out of his mech. It's looking good right now for FDAB. Wacky Tabaki's back into the fight, but also so is Canuck. And Cupid Pete is there trying to heal the crew. He's about... Oh man, Virtual Red is about to get another Graviton, and that's going to be very important for this fight here, as he is just melting Heron with this massive charge, and he kills Heron. Canuck is the last one there. The area is denied. How long is he going to live with that? Not very long, and the point is going to flop. Finally!
Very excellent job keeping Virtual Riot alive. Evilite sacrificing his body. Don't know how he was able to get away with just running around in the middle of the fight in that dead area, but he kept Virtual Riot alive, making sure that he at 100% energy was just able to continue to dish out damage. We're to see another minefield coming out of Wacky Tabaki as he's gonna try to get another thing. A solo grab on a Dreaded DPS. He doesn't like him, so gonna continue on with that fight, but gonna get res up AJS0 with that Valkyrie, continuing on with this fight. Virtual Riot getting taken out by Dreaded DPS. A big res indeed. Wacky Tabaki gonna just swing around knowing that he can get away with it because he doesn't have to deal with that Sombra anymore. Just gonna play around the point as much as he can. Just keep spinning to win. Spin to win, my friend. There's Destructive Dude on that D.Va trying to do what he can. Losing that momentum.
Oh man, the grab comes out of Heron to make sure that the cap there. Great plays.
And utilizing 2 ults too, so gonna be on 90%. Someone's gonna have to touch that point soon. Wacky Tabaki should be able to get there fairly soon, as the Dirty Dan taken out in the high ground. And if someone doesn't touch real soon, it looks like first point is gonna be. Oh, Wacky Tabaki, can you make it? He makes
oh, just
it,
barely.
On with this fight, Wacky Tabaki gonna see if he can make at least a little bit of room. Half HP left as he's spinning around.
What are these Germans doing?
They don't have to worry about anything as they're gonna continue on with these big mines. The tire not gonna be able to find anyone, but that is so much space being taken out of Otter with that Zenyatta trance. He's gonna take out some of those mines, but it doesn't matter because both it's like 2 marbles on a pole. That's really what it is. Wacky Tabaki getting that nano boost, gonna try to stay on with his dear life. Virtual Riot last chance with the shield. No one can do anything as Dreaded DPS is getting the triple kill to finish it off in Lijiang.
That was wild.
0 to 1.
There's a lot going on.
You don't even want to watch anything else but the 2 Hammonds just go around in a circle. There's definitely another game being played, and then there's just the 2 Hammonds just saying hi to each other, having a nice cocktail, high-fiving, I don't know. while they're both just circling around the pole.
Well, and you know, even aside from that, like just the recognition of who's the threats on the team, on each team. Virtual Riot popped a grab, solo grabbed onto dreaded DPS, and got the kill. AJS0 was able to res it, but that just shows you that they know who's scary. Yeah, Heron's scary. Dreaded DPS can be scarier on that map, and that was a good. I think that was a good grab. Maybe it was terrible. I don't know. I don't really play tank.
Wacky Tabaki almost getting that boop. Dreaded DPS getting taken out by Wacky Tabaki, but he's gonna seeing a few interesting plays. What's going on over there in the background as Heron is able to just pop off on the skies, on the Pharah himself, not even being contested by QP on the point. He's gonna be the only one getting more for the team as we're gonna see Josh Danko, Virtual Riot, gonna take out Heron. He's the only other person besides Canuck. We're gonna see the Battle of the Titans, the monkey versus the hamster. And Evolite, we're still seeing everybody being contested, but not gonna be enough as they're gonna continue on with this additional contest. But Dreaded DPS is gonna be brought back to life by AJS0, gonna try to pop a few more heads. There's already one head being clicked. Evolite, you are out.
Yeah, the fight is continuing here. Long form, but Fine Dining and Breathing just needs to rally. Get out and regroup. Dirty Dan a little overextended here. He's got to run away. Otherwise, he's going to get caught by Canuck and the Heron. They just trapped themselves, but oh my god! The ultimate goes straight into Wacky Tabaki's face, but Wacky Tabaki doesn't go out alone. He trades there. And that actually was probably a pretty good trade.
Hello. Greetings.
And a little friendly banter coming out from two friends who love this game. We are the Friendly League after all. We're the Baddy Friendly League. Or the Friendly Baddy League. Anyway, continuing on, we're going to see a Nano Monkey trying to do what he can to make some space, continuing on jumping. But he is not able to really do too much as Destructive Dude taking out Versatile Riot, and it looks like the rest of the minds of Canuck taking the back line. And everyone's going to be cleaned up as 60% on the board for DDS. And this is just a slaughter.
Canuck, that was, oh my gosh, Canuck, that was a disgusting ultimate right there. Those mines just totally annihilated that team. Separated and just did a lot of damage. Virtual Riot, ults and dies? What? What?
I don't know what to say, but...
I mean, Dread could have hooked too. Like, they both died for silly reasons there.
And Wacky back on the point, creating some space before his team can even get there. As we can see Josh Danko jumping on in, and his mines being popped, but does all right because Otterbotter is just going to try to pop all those mines in that transcendent form. And Justice from above from Heron going to be able to take out two, and that should be the rest of it as Li Zhang going over to the side of Dakimakura Death Squad.
Big plays, but who had the biggest play of them all? Dreaded DPS. None other, on Widow, of course.
No contest.
Oh.
See, as they're playing their own other game, look at all these snipes. There's Crystallize. There's Wacky Tabaki. Does he get a third? And there's Virtual Riot.
God!
Every week he does this! Every time!
It's so scary. Make it go away. Change the channel.
Just when will you learn? Just jump on Dreaded DPS, kill him, camp his body so they don't resurrect him, and you win. Easy.
Oh man, easier said than done. That team supports them too. I mean, they have a whole entire cast of players that can communicate and talk about where they are, what they're doing, who's killing them. It's just a great, a great teammate to have on your team when he's got like a magnet on that cursor, the aimbots.
Well, alright, now it's going to get even worse for the Fine Dining and Breathing squad because we're going to Junkertown, and as we know, that point one, not good for Ball, but fantastic for Widow. So we're probably going to be seeing an Orisa coming out of Wacky Tabaki, and who knows, Evolite may be switching off of the Pharah because, it's going to be a very, very wide open area, excellent sightlines for that Widow. So maybe we're going to be seeing some more Widow 1v1s, Crystallize versus Dreaded DPS, and you know what? Man, this is Oh, this is gonna be a tough hill to climb for FDAB. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, Hammond, Wacky Facky's Hammond's been on point. Um, it's just that those DPS on Document Core Death Squad are just so versatile, scary. You know, they know how to avoid damage. They know how to click heads. Heron and Dreaded DPS both. It's just really hard. You got to focus them down. It's almost like you can't. You have to see only them. Again, when Virtual Riot solo grabbed Dreaded DPS, I thought that was a wise decision. Because, I mean, who's getting all the kills? Pretty much them. So if you kill one of their DPS, then, okay, well, there goes half their damage.
Well, we're gonna probably be seeing Josh Danko Virtual Riot on that Hog, because you know this is the Hog map. Maybe they'll be running pirate ship, you know, just a friendship of justice, or that Spanish galleon. Nobody knows, but I know we're gonna see. I think we all know who we're going to see Dreaded DPS play.
Oh, man. Yeah. And you know, who knows, maybe... You think Heron would have the guts to play a Pharah? No. No, he's hovering that that Hanzo right out the gate here. Yeah, they're doing a kind of a pirate. I don't know what they're doing. Canuck's on that Bastion. Well, I mean, let's talk about the defense before we talk about the attack, I guess. Pretty standard comp coming out of the defense, except that extra tank out of Evilite there. The Matrix might be important if they're expecting the Bastion.
Hello, greetings.
But aside from that, that team's not really too well versed to handle it if they would go pirate ship.
I'm wondering if they're using that Maywall as their way to kind of block damage, and then they'll just put the Baptiste Frisbee put that on top of everything. We're gonna be seeing a triple tank line out of the defense here with the D.Va, the Orisa, and the Hog. So if they can keep the Bastion from really doing something, a big hook on the Bastion.
Oh, big hook. No kill.
But Crystallize taking out Dreaded DPS, winning that 1v1. Are we going to be seeing someone dethroned? And Canuck also getting taken out of the cart. But it doesn't really matter because they aren't really able to do stuff because Destructive Dude able to keep his friendly Omnif buddy alive. And it doesn't really matter at this point because they're going to continue on pushing. Crystallize, though, getting another pick, but Canuck with the ult already. Looks like Cuban Pete being the last person left, and it's going to be a big stagger also on Dirty Dan. This should be point A.
Yeah, this fight's over. There was a lot of weird things that happened that were not in the favor of FDAB there. You know, Heron missing shots on Cuban Pete, that was very interesting to watch. You know, that could have been capitalized on. There was a hook on Canuck from Virtual Riot, but they weren't able to finish. They weren't able to deliver, and it just fell apart.
Dreaded DPS taking up the high ground. Evilite gonna contest him as he jumps away. Is he gonna be? Oh, it gets a shot on two. Oh man, that is a crazy shooting out of Dreaded DPS. And get the resurrection whacked back and being brought back as the pirate ship on the payload.
That's their DPS.
On in.
FDAB needs to push.
Mad Destructive Dude dropping down the bongo, but a big sleep coming off onto Canuck, making sure the Bastion can't really do too much more. That lamp is still up. You guys gotta get rid of the lamp. Come on.
They weren't even in there though.
Oh, and a big hole hog coming out of Virtual Riot. Is he gonna be able to do too much more? But it doesn't matter because it makes enough space for Evilite's D.Va bomb to be able to do something to displace the tank configuration mode out of Canuck. And this should be the reset that the FDAB community wants.
Yeah, good hold there. Evilite's still Baby D.Va, working his way up. Yeah, a lot to unpack. I mean, Heron did like a kind of a cheeky ultimate from behind as Hanzo trying to get people. He wasn't able to find it, but they are switching it up, so I guess it could have been done to get him on that Genji there. Canuck also switching off Bastion onto Winston. That's going to be very big for this streets phase where there's a lot of high ground. Heron right in the grill of the team.
Yeah, Heron also opted to switch over to the Genji, so a great pick for him, trying to deal with everyone, just trying to get on in when he builds up that Genji blade. And already this defense is showing a lot of merit, but Dreaded DPS is in the back, and he's going to try to shoot some heads.
Hello.
No one contested. Cuban Pete, can you contest him on the with the
Oh,
Mercy?
he's still alive. What the hell? He's gonna get away?
Gonna get away.
Oh,
taking
he gets
out Dirty Dan, but Virtual Riot gonna get that
And
revenge.
res? Oh, Dirty Dan. Never
Dirty
mind.
Dan getting res, so still a solid defense coming out of the side of the or the defense on FDAB. But one thing that they do have to worry about is Heron is building up this Blade, and they do not have a defensive ult to go against the Blade. They are running double main healer.
Yeah, that's going to be a big issue when it actually happens, but if the cart can stay back that far, they're going to be just fine. Interesting bomb, does find dreaded DPS, big pick there. AJS0 does get hooked and dies to Virtual Riot. That's going to be the end of DDS's push. But back to that Genji Blade. You know, it's just Blade. There's no nano to couple with it. There's no grav that's, you know, in a threatening range right now. It's going to be a while. You know, if they can heal through it, or just kill him right away.
Well,
It might be
one
big
fine.
thing
that they're also going to want to guarantee this Blade goes through is they're going to want Otterbotter with that Transcendence, but it's okay because you're going to already see him using this Blade. Heron, oh no, with the whole hog, totally displacing him. And then we're going to be seeing D.Va on this Destructive Dude, going to see if he can make some space, taking down the big tank line of FDAB away from this high ground. It doesn't matter because Otterbotter coming in to keep everybody alive with the Transcendence Shredded DPS. Going to see if he can pop a few heads, but Evo Light on that D.Va going to completely take out Shredded DPS, but it doesn't matter because Aaron is switched on over to the Pharah, and we're going to see a DPS Mercy making a few hits here and there, but it doesn't matter because it's going to continue on with that healing. And Heron going to take out Dirty Dan, and this is the push that they need. Heron just needed to go Pharah, and there should be a big stagger on Dirty Dan as everyone's going to try to get back in to contest this point, see if they even have a little bit of time to do so.
Yeah, that Pharah swap did it, and unfortunately, FDAB is not swapping at all. They're not really reacting. I mean, they had Crystallize on that Widow to contest Heron. If you would go Pharah, the D.Va Bomb finds Wacky Packy, Crystallize falls as well. The cart is still pushing, a bomb comes out, not necessary, I don't think. It was necessary. It was necessary.
Whoa! That
It
is
was necessary.
6K bomb! What the fuck?
That's a hold. That was a hold. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm sporting a chub right now.
Oh.
That was fucking fat. No, everyone was focused too much on getting
Everyone
to that card that
type.
no one was paying attention to Evo Life. The
Let me
fucking
see your
snake
FDABs
in
in
the
chat,
grass.
y'all. Oh my god, that was insane. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a wasted bomb, and that was the exact opposite of a wasted bomb. Oh.
Dude, play of the fucking season.
Woo.
They're gonna continue on. 30 seconds left over in this defense. Wacky slowly inching forward as we see Canuck vying to go for that Reinhardt. Gonna go for a Ryan D.Va, but they don't have any else really to build. Still 25 seconds left. Gonna try to regroup a little bit that they can, and before they make their approach, Dreaded DPS making sure this is a 5v6 or 6v5 as Heron up top gonna have that justice from a dub. Evo Light, are you gonna be able to do something? Virtual Riot taking out Heron, and a great DM coming out of Evo Light. And Virtual Riot with that whole hog gonna take out as many people as can. Otterbotter switching over to the Transcendence. It doesn't matter because nobody even touches the cart.
That was rough to watch. Otterbotter with that Transcendence keeping the team alive, but they totally forgot about the cart in the overtime. Man, let's talk about Evil Light, man. Also at the end there, getting Heron out of that ultimate, just getting into his face in the grill. Evo, my man.
Oh man, like, alright. We gotta talk about, yeah, as you said, Evo. Holy shit. Every time. He just comes out of nowhere. Nobody expects it. And he just makes the plays that need to happen to win you games.
Do you think he'll get most improved player again this season?
Every season he'll get most improved player because everyone underestimates him, and then he fucking pops off and is better than whatever anyone valued him for.
He delivers. I mean, like, you know, he's the DPS player on the team. He's flexing on that triple tank D.Va, and yeah.
You know what? But maybe that works in his favor because even with how, you know, how skilled he is and what he's able to do, because people value him a lot lower, he's able to get on those teams where he's able to just shine that much more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm speechless. But enough of that. Defense here, kind of standard comp out of DDS there. Dreaded DPS on that Widow. That's going to be an issue. But the offense is going with that triple tank strat again. Same thing that they defended with, really.
So not a bad idea indeed. We're going to be seeing Destructive Dude with the Ryan. They're going to Ryan Zarya comp with the Junkrat, so going to be going a little bit of shield break and a big pull, but unable to really do too much as the Zarya bubble, keeping everybody nice and alive. And we should be seeing Canuck with a giant charge on this Zarya, so they should be doing a lot of damage. As Destructive Dude just, you know, swinging away with his big dick of a hammer. And yeah, they should be holding up on this first point fairly easy right now.
You know, I don't know how triple tank runs into, you know, a demolitions expert like Junkrat, but just watching that first push, I don't think it runs well. And they're sticking with it. Virtual Riot did switch to a Zarya, which will help with the Junkrat specifically. But that'll be, great pick from Crystallize.
But already a tire coming on the side of Heron, gonna be able to take out Kevin Pete, but gets taken out himself. So in his vulnerability. Not too much, but oh, look at that! Just Dude getting Dirty Dan with a big charge with his life traded for it. And we're gonna see Wacky can do a little bit of anything. He's just on the cart, just alone, a lone Omnic robot. And we're gonna be seeing a solo grab out of Canuck. Maybe this should be enough. To keep, nope.
They're just staggering.
Yeah, just staggering every time. And Cuban Pete can't really get that revive out because of Heron and Dreaded DPS.
Yeah, one by one they're all falling. Virtual Riot first, Wacky Tobacco next, Evil Light and Dirty Dan just now. FDAB just needs to rally. Need to regroup. Oh, but they find Dreaded DPS. Great picks from Crystallize here.
Yeah, definitely showing that he is not someone to be trifled with. And Virtual Riot going on over to the Hog, gonna see if they can take out the shield. And a big, oh, are we gonna see another bomb? Takes out Canuck, that's all you need, and that might be the momentum that they need. Of course, Virtual Riot getting taken on for a ride.
Oh,
and it's only him!
Oh, Destructive, well played, calculated. Oh.
That doesn't matter because they're gonna continue on with this push. FDAB, all they need to do is take out Destructive Dude. He is purpled with that shield up HS 0. They're gonna try to keep on pushing this, and they're not able to really do too much. Destructive Dude is just gonna stay alive for that much longer, and he's gonna charge right on in.
Man, Wacky Tobacco's solo pushing the cart right now. Destructive getting on there. AJS 0 with him, Canuck as well. The rest of DDS is gonna be there eventually as Destructive Dude is able to buy time with an Earth Shatter. Dirty Dan falls, and they're just going to take this card over here with 60 seconds left in the match. Wacky Tobacco's in no man's land, and Crystallize has to retreat as well.
And this is going to be very hard for a offense because you don't have the cart pushing with you. You're going to have to get to the cart right in this open space, and as we know, Heron and Dreaded DPS are playing those two snipers, so they're going to have a heyday when this offense comes through. Looking to play around the corner of the building, but Election Domain towards the payload, doing Wacky and Virtual Riot hitting.
The dragon didn't even touch him. Destructive just swung his hammer.
Pete with the Valkyries something. Evo like getting the nano boost, but they have 10 seconds left. Not gonna be able to do much. Someone's gotta touch that point.
Dan's on it. Wacky Tobacco's there too. Gotta stay on it though.
Someone's gotta touch. Alright, there's Wacky Tobacco. There's a bomb in the air, but another shatter. That's all she wrote, everybody. That only Virtual Riot and Wacky Tobacco left on it. Wacky Tobacco is spinning to win. Is he gonna be able to stay on? He's already about halfway through. Grav getting taken out, and that is the 3-0 sweep for the Dakimakura Death Squad.
Victory.
Big wins, big plays.
We know what the play was. If it's anything but what Evolite did.
Big
Yes.
bump. Big bump.
Evolite.
Big bump. Big bump. Big bump.
Already knows he's gonna die, just shoots it straight up. Yeet that bomb! Oh!
Not your time.
I need a smoke after that.
Was it good for you too?
That was a great play. I did not you know, when there's 6 members of the other team alive and they're all on the cart, you don't expect a
100%.
diva bomb to kill everyone and for that to just end the fight. You know, there was probably like what, 2 or 3 members of FDAB alive. It was not looking in their favor at all, and they delivered. That was a great bomb.
You know what? Even if they did lose the map, they won the season with that one play alone.
Ha! Most improved player, ladies and gentlemen.
Most improved player. Anyway, that is it for game 1. We are going to be going into game 2, which I believe is Pray and Spray versus 50cc. So, grab a drink, grab some water. Don't drop that dial as we switch streamers here, and we'll see you soon.